episode, then do stick around, or if you came to the channel for the first time off the back of that, then do stick around, because these are themes that will come up again in future shows. I want to give a quick shout out to my top patrons on Patreon this month who help feed me and keep me sheltered and make the show, so thank you to Disciple of Kierkegaard, Lydia and Nate Thorne, Nick Turner, Peter Wells, Noah Carson, Michael A. Hill, Tink Hedon Donwee, Thomas Z, Philip Wielgus, No Cantu, Alex Goldhill, David the Benevolent Malevolence, Jodie Dawkins, Christopher Meyer, Abdullah Al-Tawaidri, John Bell, Michael Zafaropoulos, Ariel, Alex Boer, Scott, Emiliano Haynes, and Jeffrey Peckham. Thank you very much for all your amazing generosity throughout the month of January. So next up, I did a video about some problems I have with YouTube and the intersection between technology and politics, and the Internet Creators Guild, which is this new group that has been set up by Hank Green. Hank Green himself actually saw that video and replied to me, which was like, oh wow, okay. I kind of maybe thought you might see it, but didn't really bank on it. I won't post his whole reply here because it's very long, you can go and read it yourself. But for the most part, I'm like, yeah, fair cop. Most of what he had to say in reply to me was fair enough, pretty much. Or kind of the bits that I didn't agree with him so much on, I think probably come down to political differences. So yeah, fair enough. Don't really have much else to add to that. Some people said that if I have problems with YouTube, then I should go and create my own version of YouTube, or my own YouTube trade union, and so on. Leaving aside this specific example, and you know, things like whether or not it's practical or possible for me to be able to do this specific thing, I want to give a slightly more general warning that when people are engaging in social or political criticism, sometimes it's very easy for us to go, well, you know, why don't you just do it yourself? Or, well, you know, you're part of it, you're complicit in the system too. And yes, those things are true, but this sort of do-it-yourself individualistic mentality can sometimes overlook some of the complexities of the forces that keep people where they are. It can sometimes very much oversimplify things like access to power and knowledge and resources, which can hugely affect what people's options are. It imagines that everybody just has an equal shot all the time, and that if people want to resist capitalism or create new businesses or do whatever, then everyone has an equal shot at that, which is very much not the case. So I'm not saying it's always bad, or that it's, you know, an ethical or a practical consideration that we should never have, but just be aware that this do-it-yourself response is very easy, it's very pre-packaged, it's very canned, and it's not always satisfying. Alejandro Jimenez asked, what's wrong with capitalism? Whoa, that's a big question, and I don't really have time to tell you everything that everyone has ever said about that here. But and I also don't really, you know, like force a whole lot of political stuff down your throat if this is the first exposure to this question you've had. But if this is a question that you're going to be investigating going forward on your own, then I would say there are probably about 3 different kinds of answers that you're going to come across. Some people say that capitalism is bad because it has bad side effects, like it accelerates the destruction of the environment, for instance, which is true, it does. Some people think that kind of capitalism is fine, but we can just maybe do a little bit better now. Maybe we've got new technologies now and so on, or new ways of thinking and doing things now that mean we can just begin to move past it. Some people think that. And then you've got some slightly more hardcore people like Karl Marx who say that capitalism is bad in and of itself. There's something about the mechanism that just makes it morally wrong or sort of practically wrong in some way, and that even if it didn't have bad side effects and so on, it still shouldn't be done. And Marx thinks that for a whole lot of technical reasons that I won't go into here, but if you're interested in that, I did a whole series on Marx and Marxism a while ago, and I will include that. You can click on that and you'll see it. Those are all the comments I have, just a handful this time. We've only had one big episode since the last comment review, so enjoy the series on creativity, and I will see you on the internet. Bye!